Well, here I am back. Sorry for the late notice, short notice, whatever kind of notice. Just got delayed today. Wasn't able to get the notification up, or for any of those who are watching afterwards, whatever. Anyway, today we have a fun special treat. This is a story that I often forget about. This is from a trip I took over Veterans Day in 2006 with my Amtrak friend on one of our Chicago turns. I thought that I thought I'd sort of stopped doing that after the last one I talked about in 2005. But it looks like we had another one in us, and this one was super memorable because what am I got going here? This one was super memorable because it was everybody has that catastrophic Amtrak blow up if you ride Amtrak enough. In fact, I've had a couple. Oftentimes they occur overnight, so you don't even notice. But this one was absolutely fascinating because it was well worth what ended up being a 4-hour delay. In fact, the amount of delay was remarkably small given what happened. As we were riding the lakeshore on the Norfolk Southern Chicago line, at some point after Toledo, we became, it was made clear that there had been a massive derailment on the Chicago line between CP 482 at Porter and CP 502 at Hick. This is right as you're going in Gary area, right as you're going to the Chicago terminal. It's a thing that's seeing a lot of the 3 tracking. Tank cars. There was an explosion. It was everything was going to be shut down, and we were treated to a bit of an interesting detour. It was of an impromptu. Instead of getting the buses out, what Amtrak did was, and I've heard that I think they've done this a couple times, but they coupled together the Lakeshore, the Capital Limited, and 2 Michigan service Wolverine trains, and ran the whole something like 24 to 28 car monster thing down the Porter branch through Calumet Junction and rejoining the Chicago line at CP 502 Hick Tower, or CP 501, whichever CP that is. And it was I was in a sleeper with my Amtrak employee friend. So we were just able to get all sorts of fun photos in that whole little thing. And we were even able to, we were transferring to the Cardinal, so we had more than enough time. Anyway, I'm just going to get this going in just a second. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to probably do a short thing tonight. So there's only about 60 photos. I can do 30 and 30. I might do 24 and then a little bit more tomorrow. Simply because I'm trying to. I got back late and I'm trying to get to some stuff, and also people who I'll be able to advertise the story a little bit better tomorrow. But anyway, we're gonna start here in Elkhart. We were in. This is back when you still had sleepers at the back of the lakeshore. They were running the shuttle, so you didn't have through Boston cars at this point. I'm pretty sure that there was a train 449 shuttle. That was one of those things where they did that for a while, and it used to be like wasn't that long ago, and now it's gotten progressively more long ago. So I think that the reason we were because today the train is screwed in both directions. With either with all the baggage cars they stick on the back now. But in this one, as you can see, we had a clear view out the back. This is the diamond at CP 421 in Elkhart. So that's the Elkhart area has been removed, and not only that diamond is completely gone now. Let me see if I can pull it up on the map here. I did not have my usual prep time, so no wonder I'm not pulling up. I'm stuck in Florida. So I don't have my usual prep time, so I hope that the computer behaves. My parents' computer here. It's always interesting how close Elkhart is to South Bend. You're getting ready to take, because typically you wake up. There's a major issue, especially in the winter, that anywhere, and by the way, I'm starting slow. just to let people see the stream get on. You come out of Toledo, and right in here in this pure east-west thing, you are just catastrophically backlit. The train will turn, and then you'll get this. I'm talking from this is normally on the cap right now, but it applied to the lakeshore. Then you get this little section like 20 miles without catastrophic backlighting, and then you're right back into catastrophic backlighting again. So anyway, here's where we were making the turn on the old CP421, which may or may not have been. Come on. Yeah, see, it's the old one. It used to have a diamond there, and you'd come in right at the station, and then you'll see that there was some heritage stuff that was fortunately preserved. And what they did was they realigned it, because this used to be it would come around here. You'd have 2 tracks for yard lead, 2 main tracks, and what they did was they just sort of combined everything into this sort of 4-track, interlocking. Excuse me. Anywho, I guess they moved that somewhere a little farther away than I thought they would have. Oh, that's a shame. Well, you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm sorry to, because it was there before. Okay, anyway. In fact, I'm just going to pull this up now. Oh, that's another thing that I definitely might need, but... Yeah, you see the signal bridge was there. Sorry, I'm getting way ahead of myself because I don't want to ruin things. But yeah, that's weird. Okay, sorry about that. Let's get back. Let's get on with things. So this is the original configuration. This was some Michigan Central line coming out of Elkhart. I don't know what it is. It's now run by a short line. If you go to the whatchamacallit, that was a freight route. It has some really ancient 1950s CTC signaling on it. Very early CTC thing. And that would either go up to Kalamazoo or it would sort of go into there was a line, it would go into Detroit, but I'm not exactly sure what that did because the line sort of cut. But you can see how it's like that was clearly the original route because of how it went. Sorry. So yeah, like I said, this is CP421. Yeah, it's definitely a shame that but I'm sure the railroads hate diamonds. So let's see if we got more people here. Make sure everything's working. All right, that's good. Oops, sorry. So the train comes in, so I was able to get a little bit. This is still with the crap job 3 megapixel digital camera. That one I bring up every time. I really need to bring up the. Let's see if I can bring this up. Sorry. Oh, this is not going to like it. Oh, wait, never mind. There it is. Dearborn Division Interlocking Charts, 1997. I will just browse directly to CP421. Come on. Sheet 58. There we go. So here's the original alignment. You can see track 1, track 2, a controlled siding, and those yard tracks, and they just sort of combined it all. So that mast is the 14E. Very complicated, surprisingly complicated interlocking. with intermediate, with internal signals and everything. But it was drastically simplified by NS. Here we have the famous Elkhart Signal Bridge. Now this, I thought was preserved because there's a museum across the street. But looking on that overhead, I don't see it. So I don't know what's going on with that. I mean, they wouldn't. I mean, it was there years after it was, torn down, decommissioned. So I just don't know why that would be not there. So I might have to do a little bit of investigation. See what we can figure out there with that. And yeah, this just checking the chart. It's got that sort of odd arrangement of signals. You've got the 4W. So yeah, you can see the 2E applying to track 2 in the eastbound direction, the 4W applying to track 2 in the westbound direction. Why that's there? That's a very oddball exit signal. Oh no, never mind. There's a mast, so that's protecting that controlled siding switch. Very interesting. Here we have the Amtrak. There's your 4W mast. So the question is, how do I name this? Do I go with the probably going to be probably keep it CP421 related, because that is definitely the more important aspect of this. There we go. Sorry, just figuring out how to get it named there. Okay, out past CP421. So yeah, let me just do a quick investigation there. See what we can find about what happened to that. So here it is in 2019. And it's there, and it's up, and it's preserved. But here on the overhead, yeah, maybe it looks like it's been taken down. I don't know how new this overhead is. Maybe it was temporarily removed. I'm looking around the train station. I don't see it there in their little depot. This station is interesting. It has one of the very few preserved pieces of New York Central steam. It's an L-class Mohawk, like an L3, maybe an L4. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's really weird. Have to maybe Google that. See what happened to the Elkhart signal. 2019 July. Yeah, let's see. The interesting part is see how far back we need to go to get back to when it was still in service. Oh, there we go, 2013. Yeah, got me. I mean, why would they paint it and do it all up just to yank it down? That would be a shame. Okay. Anyway, if anyone knows, let me. Anyone in the chat knows what happened to that. I'm not gonna Google search for it on the live stream. Okay. Pulling out an Elkhart, we have a Union Pacific Jeep, number 6031. Time to go to the roster page, which I had up. This will be number 6031. Looks like it is one of their AC 4400s. Okay. And we're at milepost 423 on the Chicago line. So the question again, do I make this about the Chicago line milepost or the diesel? I'm going to make it about the diesel. It's a crummy photo, given the softness. Yeah, good enough. There, a little bit better. All right, here we are at CP 423. This was starting to be. You can notice there's a Darth Vader mast up. This was not resignaled till more recently, but NS was not above resignal. Was gonna, they were still in the position of replacing faulty stuff. So this half bracket there is definitely being replaced. So why did the Chicago? So one thing that you might notice in older photos is the Chicago line was full of these half brackets. Half brackets being normally a bracket is designed to apply to two. You can have one signal covering two tracks without needing a gantry, signal bridge or cantilever. When Conrail went double stack, the trains were so high, like you can, in theory, the bracket's tall enough that you can see both signals from the opposite track, even with an intervening train. When they went double stack, Conrail realized that was no longer possible. So what they would do is on the brackets, they would reverse one of the signals. So instead of each bracket pointing in the same direction, each signal on a bracket pointing in the same direction, they'd split. So they kind of became a very glorified mast signal. So here, this one got modified at some point with clearance issues where the signal was popped off there and it was replaced over here. So there's your little bit of knowledge for the day. This was always a fun interlocking. This is CP 426, and again, this stayed the way it was pretty consistently. Also notice there's a brand new delivered NS GE. I would like to say it's a -9, but it could be it might be one of their -10s. I don't know when those are delivered. This is 2006. I think the -9s finished up delivery in 2004, but I could be wrong. But almost every time you went on the Chicago line, you'd run into those things. Now it's almost the same way with the AC 4400 rebuilds. So they come in. I've seen one in primer once. But with product, I don't know if they're. I think that they're rebuilding those down in Fort Worth, not sorry, not Erie. For NS ones are done in Erie, not Fort Worth. I saw the thing in the chat. I'm going to get to it in just a second. See, there's 423. So even by 1997, that had been modified. And 426. So the switch I'm looking at there is the number 18s. Number 11 and number 9B. Oh, cool. Awesome, Brian, being there in Montana. Yeah, that's a shame. Like I said, you don't have to change the signaling out for a PTC thing. I don't even know why MRL is going with PTC. I wouldn't even think it's required for them. Pan Am Railways certainly didn't didn't have to do it. So that's puzzling there. All right, hold on. Let me just get on with this. Okay, this one's good. And here we have the signal bridge. Yeah, I don't know when this got changed over, but this interlocking lasted, I think, a little longer than some of the others, but I'm not entirely sure. I could just be thinking, misremembering that. I need to make sure that I'm not stepping on other toes here, because I did get additional photos on this section. Oops. Yeah, so here's like the ones approaching Elkhart. You got these wonderful like triple these wonderful triple gantries. This was taken in 2010. Yeah, so here's the stuff starting to get replaced at CP423. Even that mast has already been replaced. It's still a Trilite, but and then that's why I said this lasted a bit longer. So, don't go. So here's an interesting thing. These ones here at milepost, whatever this is, these actually were only removed in the last couple years. These were like the last Trilights on this part of the Chicago line. They just had gotten here at milepost 423. They had been recently updated. I could probably find out when it was there. I just got to go back. Probably 2019 was when they were still there. 2019, blah, 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 Croydon, Capital Limited. It's going to be right near the front, too. Night bullshit. Surprisingly on time. Here they are. Chicago line, signal 4291E. The exact same situation, just a little rainy or soft or whatever we're going to call it. So they were these were still there until about 2019. Okay, so they get us. We leave Elkhart, and the cap runs ahead of the lakeshore. So the cap was already waiting for us. And by the way, this is an impressively long cap for the winter or pre-Thanksgiving. Check it out, like 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I guess is it a normal train set? I don't know. Baggage car, 3 coaches. That looks like the diner is ahead of the lounge, or that's an extra coach. Lounge, maybe diner, or diner, then lounge. I don't know why I have that mixed up, and then 3 sleepers. Or, oh no, you're right, no. This would have been 3 sleepers. Sleepers would be on front here. 3 sleepers, diner, lounge, 3 coaches. So it's a lot of sleepers. I guess one of them had to have been a Transtorm. Yeah, typically this train, on the heavy train sets, in winter they definitely dial that down. Not sure where they add the sleepers, but that's a lot of sleepers for 2005. So this is number. So this is what we start phase 1 of the plan. We've been informed of the derailment, and that is train 44. Okay, sorry, diesel 44, P42. So this is just as we're coming into South Bend. I'll show you exactly where it is. It's right before. I hope I haven't bored everyone to death waiting to cut to the interesting part. So as you come into South Bend, the current the main complex is up here. We had the old Bend Tower and the GTW crossing and the Union Station. That's there. CP4. What the heck is going on with this? Come on. There it goes. CP437. We were out here past at the end of the controlled siding at CP438, and that's where the crossing was, right there. We were going to be at Lear Street. So that train had already pulled ahead. They were ahead of us, and they had already stopped, and we were coming up to meet them. So this is where we do phase 1 of the combination. That we had nothing but time. We were still going, and so they were going to get us running together at this point. And the reason again that they combine is because they only could find they don't want to have a pilot. They need an NS pilot for all these various trains. So they had him lined up. So no freight trains need to move at this point. We're the only things that are going to try to get through. So we pretty much had the railroad to ourselves because NS isn't going to send anything out of Elkhart Yard or past Elkhart Yard until the tracks are not blowed up. In case you missed it, this is what I'm showing is a Amtrak's detour around a massive derailment on the Chicago line that our trains got caught up in, but we managed to persevere and it turned into a really neat trip. Just shows you that when you're a rail fan, the trip is the destination. So here we have Amtrak 44 plus train 29. At CP 438. What did I say that was? CP 435. And the crew is actually getting ready for the couple. They're making sure that the coupler is ready to go. All right. Next slide. Oh, sorry, that wasn't Lear Street. That was a little bit before. But anyway, they're holding short of this interlocking. Also, these signals were there until 2019, until recently replaced, I believe. I mean, they're there. Yeah, that's after they came in and zapped them. Oh, wait, yeah, maybe they are still there. Who knows? What's August 2019, so maybe they replaced them, maybe they didn't, because it looks like everything here is already replaced. But that's a different conversation. Right there. Run that over there. Run that up there. So we are looking at... Wait, what did I say? Yeah, that's the next interlocking, I think. Hold on. CP 426. There's bend. Oh, okay, it's on the bend sheet. Oh crap, this is when it was still part of bend tower. Oops. Okay, anyway, you can probably extrapolate. Just gotta find a similar interlocking. Yeah, this would be the 2W and the 4W. Alright. Four 35. Ooh, probably the 3B switch. Sorry. Sorry, I'm running out a little bit of gas here, but just gotta finish this up. Alright, there we go. Next one's not gonna be any more interesting. It's just the switch machine. So what we were in the back in our Viewliner sleeper, and we are aware that, I think at this point we are indeed aware that they're gonna do this couple move to us. So we're just hanging back there, expecting stuff to happen. Interesting things. So I'm just gonna assume this is the 3B switch. There we go. All right, done part one. See? Lots of fun stuff happens here. So, back at CP 435. It's probably going to be the 4E dash. I'm just going to call that 4E-2. Yeah, so because the Bend Tower closed so late in the 90s, this interlocking was effectively new. It looks, just going back to our little thing here. Yeah, it looks like that they didn't re-signal it. Those are the original huts, but the NS did come in and paint them out of the Conrail Core 10 tan, or rust colored. They weren't actual Core 10, but Conrail would still. They really, someone in Conrail really liked that weathering steel look. All right. For E-2. And this is the neatest part of CP 435. Conrail had kept one of these very, very unique 1950s era New York Central, at least I think it's the 50s, might be 40s or 50s New York Central cantilevers. And this was there until very recently. It's just the luck of the draw that when they closed Bend Tower it's still, like I said, there was this last gasp where it was still cheaper to splice in and reuse hardware than to install new. And then at some point when labor costs and Chinese imported metal or however it worked, that little era went away, and then people and other stuff. It was just cheaper to standardize. But this was the neatest thing on CP435. And I would love to, let's see if I can pull up, just quickly see, 2019, 2011, well, it was there in 2011 for sure. Let's see where else I can try to see that guy from. Nah, can't see it there. Nope. It's a tree in the way. That's 2011 anyway. So, I don't know when that left, but I can go infer when it was gone. So it's going to be there in 2010. Trying to think when did I head out there on a train? $2018 maybe. Here we go. Here we are in 2016, and let me see if it was there. No, I don't have a picture of it. So anyway, it was there for well into the teens, and then it got replaced. So here we just have another view of this. Yeah, normally I would crop this down a little bit, but I just want to capture everything. There's nothing in that worth not capturing. Man, there used to be a bunch of these in the Buffalo era. I don't know. I don't think that there's. I would be very surprised if any of these beautiful New York Central cantilevers and stuff. Like look at the top chord. I mean, of the angle irons forming almost like a wire. It just has that catenary look. Really neat. It's such a shame. Let me see if there's any more stuff in chat. Yeah, I'm in New Jersey now. Fortunately, my parents' house are perfectly fine, no damage. They were originally calling for 2 inches of rain, but it actually went more to the north. Sometimes I will have a less good delay. Typically, when I might miss a connection. That's not fun, but in this case, we had so much time. We were a little worried we might miss the connection, but the Cardinal leaves pretty late. So here we go. Here we have the interlocking, the cantilever, and then T30. So the switch is reversed. Assuming that's the one switch is now reversed, and now they're going to bring up train 30, and they're going to couple back on. They're going to couple onto us. I mean, like, who else has, like, when else are you going to get photos of, like, an Amtrak train couple? I mean, actually, no. I mean, they're pretty chill with coupling operations, uncoupling, decoupling. So I'm sure this has happened. It's not ultra rare, or it's not really exactly a unique experience. Int. Well, I think I gave different names to those. Like, I don't think I should be using... No. I definitely was using it then. So, alright, we're good. Next. Looks like I unzoomed on this one. I might have actually deleted this photo. In fact, it's not in the set, so I bet I just deleted it for reasons. It's always nice to recover the stuff that you junked the first time because of, limited space. There we go. So he's coming up in the interlocking now. Yep. Check that out. Next, he is now through the interlocking and coming up for the couple. You know what? That's a very aggressive crop. I'm at this point I don't have any I'm not losing any resolution. Make that a bit bigger, make it look a little nicer. So this is, they don't have anybody out on the ground yet for this. This isn't part of the coupling. They're just coming in. He's just coming in. He's just coming down on restricting, and doing the just forming a conga line right now. So no one's doing a couple. There's simply just people, and this is what freaks out the people in Europe. It's just like, what, you can just do that? I'm like, yeah, you can just come right up on whatever train's ahead of you. I was on the NEC, and they did this with an E60. That was neat. You're sitting at the Secaucus connection on a regional, and an E60 just comes up right behind you. And finally, we got the nice ugly, the nice face of brand. Still new. This is still new. What's also interesting is that despite it being still pretty new, this engine also has the fiberglass replaceable front. The original ones were not delivered with that, or maybe it was metal. But eventually, as they came in after grade crossing accidents, they all got upgraded with that easy replaceable front. Just to be able to shop them out faster after a grade crossing accident. There we go. Yeah, this is a really neat experience. Okay, so anyway, we coupled up, and now we're in the lead. But now I don't have the rear view anymore because I have the Capital Limited is now blocking my view out the back of the train. Oh well, But because my friend's an employee, as a consolation, we got side window privileges, which is up there. So first on that, we skip ahead to Porter Junction. I have this listed as CP 428, but I think it's 482. Again, that's why I tend to redo all this stuff. Minus, blah, 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 487, 91, 482 Porter. That's coming in off the Pierre Marquette C&O line. Now operated by CSX, of course. CP 482. And this was also neat on the Porter branch. So the Porter branch was for those of you who don't know, let me pull this up real quick. I don't know why. Porter is where the Michigan Central, now part of the New York Central, Michigan Central was originally its own thing. That the Amtrak line that's 110 miles an hour, that was the Michigan Central route to Detroit, Chicago to Detroit. The Michigan Central had its own line to Detroit. And you can see here that there used to be a diamond crossing. In fact, this diamond, well, it's gone here, but it's, even at some point in like maybe at least in the 80s, that diamond crossing was there. Well, I guess when Amtrak mainly got that route, they just sort of saw no need for the diamond. But originally, Michigan Central trains would run their own alternate main line into Chicago, had their own station in Chicago, and this is a vestige of it. But in the Conrail days, from Porter, you had the Chicago line, and you had this thing, the Porter branch. And the Porter branch would roll in and just sort of snake around and go through suburban Chicago, and eventually it would sort of pull you into the Indiana Harbor Belt. Indiana Harbor Belt being a Conrail subsidiary at the time. Now it's sort of split back between NS and CSX as a terminal switcher and general belt line around Chicago. So Porter Branch was sort of a direct route to the IHB. So there's IHB Gibson Yard. And I think that would sort of go down. I don't know where it would go, but anyway, it would take you sort of there. CSX got the Porter branch in the breakup. I don't know why, because there's not a direct route. You'd think that they would use it to create a direct route between their Porter branch and their C&O line, but they don't. I don't know why. So I don't even know how they make use of this line, because it doesn't go anywhere. Like there's none of their territory is reachable. Got me. Maybe someone knows. Anyway, up until this point, you had these beautiful Michigan Central style. I mean, yes, they're small target searchlights, but the Michigan Central was the one who really used that. And these are just absolutely beautiful. And you can see, the neat part is you can see how far back behind. So we're at the, okay, I guess, oh, that's right. Those back pictures, I was standing in a coach. Our sleeper, so we're at the very front of the train. That's the back of the lakeshore. That's number 44 on the cap. And we sat outside of Porter for like an hour or two, waiting for Amtrak to figure out what they were going to do. And eventually this decision was we were going to pull into Porter, and then from Porter, they attached 2 Michigan service trains. Maybe the Michigan trains were already there, but the Michigan trains would couple together, come out, back up, and then attach to the end. So we were 4 trains in one, and we had started moving, and they didn't even know what to call us. Someone called it like the Amtrak train, like 49, like 29, 49, like special. They ignored the Wolverine trains. I forget which ones they are. So here we have CP 482. That's what I called it back in 2006. I guess that's good enough. Now here's where this is the interesting bits. Um, yeah, I'm gonna need to seriously. So this is where I start labeling it as a detour train thing. But anyway, Porter Branch bracket is gonna go with the old name. Oh, wait, it doesn't matter because I have to change it anyway. All right, scrap that. CP 482. Two more. So yeah, that's our view liner. This is where I need to go and quick find the view liner numbers. I need the numbers. Prototype viewliner 1, 6200 or 62,000. And last thing, oh, this is me looking forward. So this is me looking forward past what I guess has got to be a crew dorm. Or the dining car, but the diesel's right there. So I think that was actually a crew dorm. The question is where was that? First off, am I looking at one or two tracks? Can't see. Let's see what I can get here. So this is the last picture. Just got to check what's on the Porter Branch. Porter Branch 143. God, it's nice having these charts. Ivanhoe, Wallbridge. Okay, looks like there's only two interlockings. If I had to guess, I would think that this is Willow Creek. Oh no, that's not Willow Creek. It's a holdout, that's for sure. Yeah, I can see the number. All right, let's just go on the map. I'm almost done. I suspect it's that one there. Yeah, it's got to be it. Yep, there it is. Let's zap these two. So, what interlocking is this? Porter Branch is definitely a backwater. CP 243. And yep, we're exactly there. So the question is, how do I crop this? Not entirely sure. Alright, I'll just zap some of the trees. You know, I'm just going to keep it like this. It lets someone zoom in, try to get that signal. Do I even have a CP243 here? Yes, 142. Yeah, it was there. Why didn't I see it? Okay. It's a 2W-1 signal on the Porter Branch. And we're getting what do you call it? Approach medium. 243, I think. Yeah. 2W-1. Well, that's it for today. I'm going to keep it short because I want to just encourage people to tune in tomorrow. Let me see how many photos we're going to have. Hopefully it won't be a thing. Oh, 50. That's way too many. 53. I can do 53. Well, hold on. Let me just see right here. Maybe I'll just do a couple more. Whoopsies. All right, let me just get rid of these real quick. Sorry, it's not going to be 53. It's only going to be, yeah. Delete. Yeah, so tune back in tomorrow. I'm going to have a mostly full set, 41. We'll get going from there. We're going to be going through Porter. We're going to be seeing a lot of neat stuff. One-of-a-kind trip, rare mileage, totally off the cuff, you know, sort of ad hoc, really fun. Hope you enjoy. Let me see if you have any questions in the chat. I've never been yelled at watching the power change at DC. I'm there at least twice a year, sometimes more, and I've never ever had someone yell at me except to get out of the way of the baggage carts. Maybe once, but not really. I can't remember. I've never had that issue. I don't mind. So the P42s look different depending, like look good or bad depending on the paint job. The Metro North paint job with the blue and the gray was absolutely terrible. Amtrak's Phase 5 was pretty good. The Phase 3 was okay. The 4 was also not good. It's when you have that full of sort of the flat schnoz, you've got it, your paint job really matters. Just like the Chargers. The Chargers really their appearance varies widely with the paint job. So anyway, thank you, Brian, for watching. Hopefully, I'm going to get out of here early. Come back tomorrow. I'll make sure I get that scheduled for tomorrow. And you can come back and enjoy the rest of the show. Got a lot more interesting photos. All right, so have a great day, and I'll see you then.